Hello beauties, this is Kim with Be All Natural Beauty. Today we will be making shampoo bars using melt and pour soap bases. Anyways, here's some of the different soap bars that I've made using In Your Nature melt and pour soap bases. I've added different ingredients to these soap and pour soap bases, and essentially what I came up with different shampoo bars. Like I have a green tea here. It's also here's some this is the rose and hibiscus one I made. This one is a citrus blend. This one has anti-dandruff blends, and this one has an herbal blend. Anyways, whatever you want really. And the reason why I chose In Your Nature is because the soap bases are made with all natural organic ingredients. I just wanted you to know is that I buy my soap bases off of Amazon. Why? Because it's easy. Shipping is usually free. And I do have all the ingredients in a link below along with the recipe. Okay, let's get started. Today's recipe is blood orange shampoo bar. You'll need some measuring spoons, like a tablespoon and a teaspoon, a spoon to stir your soap with, a spoon to stir oils, butters, glycerite, all that stuff with, or a rod here, something to cut your soap base with, or a knife, something to cut your soap base on. You'll need a thermometer, a microwave, a glass container, something that's heat safe in the microwave. I use a Pyrex, some alcohol to spray with. This is 99% isopropyl alcohol, gloves. So let's talk about the ingredients that goes into the shampoo bar. You'll need about a pound or 16 ounce of goat milk melt and pour soap base. You'll need 1 tablespoon of castor oil. Castor oil is great for hair growth, adds shine and luster to it. It's also humectant to keep the hair moisture inside the hair. You'll need some glycerite, and I use a rosemary glycerite, which I made myself. If you don't have it, you could also use 1 tablespoon of vegetable glycerin, and here's a quarter of a tablespoon of vegetable glycerin to combine with a 3/4 tablespoon of rosemary glycerite that I'm using in this recipe. Now, glycerin is very good for dry hair. It's a humectant, so it pulls moisture from the air into the hair. It keeps hair voluminous and gives a lot of bounce to curly hair. If you have dandruff or itchy scalp, it'll help your head from getting too oily and help control dandruff too. Anyways, rosemary glycerite is used in this recipe to stimulate hair growth and add strength to the hair. You will need 1 tablespoon of fractionated coconut oil. Coconut oil absorbs easily into the hair shaft to provide moisture and health to the hair shaft and follicles, so it's known to help hair growth. And I'm also adding in a tablespoon of lemon extract in this recipe. I made this extract using vodka. Vodka is a natural preservative and pulls the scents and flavors along with essential properties from the plant. And in here also, I'm using 1 teaspoon of colorant. I use natural mineral brown oxide to color the soap in this recipe. I'm hoping that it would turn the soap a little burnt orange. I haven't used this yet, so we'll see how it goes. Anyways, add a little at a time to get the color you want, but don't go over 3 teaspoons. So we'll start out with 1 teaspoon. And then of course, 1 tablespoon of alcohol to mix the color in, and I'll add this in later before I, mix the ingredients into the soap. Anyways, alcohol helps the color disperse evenly in the soap, and also it will dissipate inside the soap, so you're really not going to get the alcohol. Use 1 to 3% of skin safe essential or fragrance oils in the soap. That's about 1 to 3 teaspoons of fragrance oil for this recipe. Anyways, check out how much essential oils would be required according to the manufacturer's instructions. I inserted a link to the website to help calculate the usage rates below. But anyways, I will be using a fragrance oil blood orange scent in this recipe. And I'll start out with 1 teaspoon first to see how well I like the scent, and add it up to 3 teaspoons just for this particular recipe. Anyway, so we're going to start by cutting the melt and pour soap into cubes and then putting it into this microwave safe bowl. It's very easy. This is why I use it. You see, look at the serrated edges. Isn't that pretty? It's so cute. I really like the way it looks. This is a great project for kids too. I used a knife last time. I thought it was a bit dangerous, so I decided to go purchase this cutting tool. And I'm glad I did. Okay. We're going to stick this into the microwave for 30 seconds and then I'll be back. So I took this out of the microwave, and as you can see, the soap hasn't really melted that much. I'm going to stick it back in and melt it in 30-second spurts until it's fully melted. Anyway, soap base will melt between 115 to 125 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't let your soap base get hotter than 30 degrees above the melting point of the soap, because you can get things like dehydration. The soap will bloom and become brittle. So a good range to keep soap base melted is between 145 to 155. Anyways, I'll come back after it has fully melted and I'll tell you how many times I actually melted this for. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, this is 4 times I've done this. Okay, let's see what the temperature is. So it's about 153. See it? 153.8. Hope you could see that. Anyways, that's perfect. So I'm just gonna pour all of this together. Mix it really, really well. Now, if your soap starts to harden, you can pop it back into the microwave. Okay. Just mix it really, really well. Try not to add too much butters or oils into the soap base because it may not lather well. Even though you don't see a lot of lather, your hair is still clean. It just won't have a lot of lather, that's all. Okay, I'm gonna add in the colorant now. So here's about 1 teaspoon of color. I can add up to 3 teaspoons at a time to 1 tablespoon of alcohol. Mix this really, really well. So I have napkins here. Look at that. Has a nice little reddish, burnt orange color to the soap. Oh, it's 130, okay, about 133. So it is okay to add in the fragrance oil. So I'm gonna add in about 1 teaspoon at a time. I've already calculated this. Oh, it smells wonderful. A little bit, one more. And then I think that should be good. Yep, that's enough. Okay, I have my soap mold here. I think it's a little bit too getting a little thick. I'm gonna pop it in the microwave for another 5 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna mix it. This should make about 6 2-ounce bars. Careful not to spill it everywhere. Take some of your alcohol and spritz it on top to prevent the air bubbles. Let it cool completely in the refrigerator for a couple hours or overnight on your counter. Anyways, I'm just gonna let it sit, and I may put it into the refrigerator because right now it's too runny. I'm gonna spill it everywhere. Anyways, thanks for watching, and hello beauties. This is Kim. We're back from Be All Natural Beauty, and I took this out of the refrigerator already, and I essentially just stretched it out a little bit, and I was able to pop this out really easy. Anyways, there's several ways to wrap this. You could put it in a regular, you know, plastic bag, just like this one, and all you do is just seal it towards the end, just like so, and just seal it. I'm not a fan of this route, but you could do that. And also, if you know, get your labels, you can add a label on here. That way you know exactly what it is, and you can give these away as gifts. But I prefer this method. This is the saran wrap method, where you just, you know, tear off a piece of saran plastic. And I just happen to have Reynolds plastic wrap, a heat gun, and some scissors. But essentially you cut a big piece, enough to wrap your soap in. And it's a very simple process. What you do is you take your piece of wrap, put the soap in the middle, and then just wrap it up. Stretch it out like so. Kind of have it tight. Cut off, you know, not make it so bulky. You want to cut off these edges here. Okay. And then you take your heat gun, let it melt, and then go around the edges and the top a little bit. And that's it, and it seals it really nicely. And then you take your label and you stick it on the back, and there's your soap.